Once we're all set, we exit the temple. Wow. We both pause outside once we see the dazzling sky. It's ablaze with streaks of violet and gold. Even the puffs of clouds passing by are painted lavender or orange, adding to the portrait in the sky. The colors seem more vibrant, so high up here, and the view takes my breath away.
I thought the view was beautiful before, but this is a wonder.
We take in the scenery. This is what I meant earlier. Things like this create a memory that lasts a lifetime.
I agree.
Golden rays shine brightly in the sky as the sun travels beneath the clouds, like one last hurrah from the sun before it sets. I don't know how long we stand here before I break the silence. We should head back. I turn to walk back towards whence we came, but I'm met with solid resistance. Huh? I try to walk forward again, but I'm pushed back in place by a stiff wind. It's as if I'm entering the temple again. I stumble and try again, but the wind pushes me back. Hey, Leanna, where did this... I turn around, and the words catch in my throat. Her gauntlet glows a pale blue, while her face is bright red. Wait, is she doing this? She's stopping me? I look at her in confusion. Leanna? The wind hooks around my back and guides me gently towards her. Her cheeks brighten as the glow on her manipulator fades. What's going on?
I want to live in the moment.
Ah, she's following my advice. She steps closer to me. I feel the same way about you. I think this is a misunderstanding. Oh shit, you can actually reject her? Hell no, hell no. After I went through the trouble of reloading? No. Leanna stares up at me with her bright, cerulean eyes. My face burns as my heart rate quickens. She's so close to me. I can feel the intoxicating perfume of her hair, and I feel lightheaded, like I'm under her spell. The radiant sunset fades from view as I gaze at Leanna. The fading sunlight illuminates her hair like a halo, and I reach out a hand to tuck a strand behind her ear. She smiles softly at my touch, then looks imploringly at me as she bites her lip. Her sudden confidence melts, and I see a hopeful vulnerability in her gaze. Pull her close. It's the only option we have, and the only one I want to make. Come here, Leanna. Oh gosh, it's happening. I wrap my arms around her back and pull her into me. She lets out a soft breath of surprise as her hands rest on my chest. It's actually happening! Holy shit! I trace the outline of her cheek with my thumb. Her face turns red, and I can feel the heat of her blush, but she doesn't pull away. Instead, she leans into my touch. Gently, I begin to close the space between our lips. She tilts her head toward me, one head, towards me, and her lips part. I can feel her breath, and I pause just as our noses touch. Her breath catches at the electricity of our touch. The air feels thick and charged with energy as we hover so delicately in limbo. Her hands trace down my chest, and her breathing becomes shallow as she anticipates the meeting of our lips. I feel the fire of her fingers as they trail down my chest. Slowly, her eyes close. Kiss her? Oh hell yeah, are you ready for it? Are you ready to feel my lips on yours? Closing my eyes, I close the gap between us until our lips meet. Wow. In that moment, with the sweet taste of her on my lips, I'm not thinking of home. I'm not thinking of how or why I arrived here. I'm not thinking about my past, about how someday all of this might be torn away. I stopped thinking about anything at all. Only her. About the moment, right? Only in the moment. I feel like this is one of the most perfect places to ever have such a sort of emotional first kiss, right? Like the scenery alone adds so much to it. Breathlessly, we pull back and look at each other. She smiles, and it's more beautiful than the sky above. There is no doubt about it. I'm crazy for this girl. just realized something. Leanna blinks. This means your "Hey there, Sailor" line was a 100% or has a 100% success rate. Oh, I remember that. Leanna hits my chest playfully. At least it works, right?
Really? Are you trying to ruin the mood?
Sorry, should we go back to kissing? Yeah, I think I should put my mouth to better use than cracking lame jokes.
Just stop talking.
Aye aye, Captain. She tugs me close and kisses me again. The world disappears as we share each other's embrace. Once the sun dips low and the sky begins to turn indigo, we reluctantly part. Hand in hand and big goofy smiles on our faces, we begin to head back to reconvene with the rest of our group. The journey back is significantly easier as we are jumping to lower platforms rather than higher. We made good time traveling back. Even still, we would periodically stop just to take in the view again. This is definitely a sight that I will never forget. We finally make it back to the tip of the mountain where we started. I hear the thunderous crack of discharges in the distance. Whoa, what? Are they fighting? What's going on? Leanna and I freeze. What's that? Another boom interrupts me. We hurry down and I hear the clang of blades and the sharp crackle of spells.
Something's wrong.
What's going on? Uh-oh, someone must have attacked Zack and everybody else. Leanna runs and I sprint after her. The closer we approach camp, the clearer the sounds become. The clashing of steels, discharges firing, people yelling. My heart pounds and I urge the wind to propel me faster. From here, I can make out Amy, Zack, and Terra surrounded by a group of bandits. Fucking bandits? Seriously? Half a dozen of them surround Zack alone.
We have you now, Deathslinger.
Are they really after Deathslinger? Leanna seems surprised. She mutters under her breath.
Deathslinger?
You know of Deathslinger? A wall of flames explodes in the bandits' path. Huh, get him, girl? Their attacks waver as the crackling fire makes them take cover. It takes me a whole second to realize that Amelia cast
We
it.
have to help!
Of course, let's help him. Amelia wills the flames to climb higher, her face twisted in concentration. Amy, watch out! Amelia spins around. A gale booms across the field, tearing apart grass and flinging up dirt. The bandits go flying.
Back up!
Leanna and I leap near our group. She scowls and draws her blade.
Don't just stand there! Get them!
Get him! I should be used to unexpected things like this by now, but my heart still pounds. I unsheath my sword. The access minigame will be available in future builds, blah blah blah. We're gonna kill the bandits.
Okay?
Did we save them? I nod, panting, and surveying the damage around me. Zack grabs one of the bandits who is barely hanging onto consciousness.
How did you find me?
Kara's eyes widen. Uh-oh.
Find you?
Uh-oh. Is he wanted or something? I suppose he is, right? A lot of people seem to not only know about Deathslinger, but seem to kind of be looking for him. The bandit stays silent, with a frustrated growl. Zack drops him back down on the ground and grabs another bandit. He takes out his blaster and shoots the bandit he dropped. The guy yelps as the bolt blasts into him. Whoa, dude, calm down. He faces a new bandit he grabbed.
Talk, or the same thing happens to you.
Holy shit, Zack, I think we're about to find out why they call him Deathslinger. The bandit spits in Zack's
I have
face.
nothing to say to you, traitor.
Traitor? Zack scowls and punches the man across the face, knocking him out cold.
Traitor?
What? We hear shallow laughter and turn to face another bandit clutching his side.
No one joins the Cloaked Brotherhood and leaves. You should already know that. Zack's
Oh.
spade.
Really? Zack was part of the Cloaked Brotherhood? And apparently that's a bond or a gang, a team that you join for life, but Zack left anyway, and now they're just hunting him. He's probably wanted by them.
Cloaked Brotherhood?
Zack walks over to the bandit and kicks him across the face until he finally falls unconscious. Zack searches for any other bandits who may be awake, but no one else is responsive. Suddenly, Kara marches up to Zack with her dagger drawn. Whoa, what the? Kara, Kara, what the hell?
You were a part of the Cloaked Brotherhood this entire time?
I mean, he was in the past. Apparently, he left. I don't know what the Cloaked Brotherhood is, but apparently it's a group of baddies, bad people. Kara's voice is harsh, and her eyes only contain hostility. Zack holds her gaze and doesn't flinch. Whoa, Kara, remember, you kind of like him, right?
I am not a part of the Cloaked Brotherhood.
Not anymore.
Then why did he call you a traitor? How do they know what your name is? Tell me!
Zack steps closer to her blade, his expression cold and stony.
I already told you, I am not a part of them.
But then why do they call you traitor? Kara retracts her blade but keeps glaring at
How do
him.
you even know who the Cloaked Brotherhood are?
I mean, can somebody tell me what the hell the Cloaked Brotherhood is? Kara's eyes harden into polished jade. Her voice is flat and cold.
Because they destroyed my only home and family.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sounds like, she's got some unfinished business with them. She sheaths her dagger and begins to walk away. Amy had stayed silent this entire time, watching the scene unfold, but she tries to stop Kara.
Kara.
Kara stops and gently shrugs out of her
I need
grasp.
some time to think.
Uh-oh. Then she disappears into the trees. Oh no! I mean, that's one of the things that can happen, right? When you're sort of on a journey with this and you meet a new person and like, hey, everything seems cool, and they join a group, like, you don't know each other that well, right? You don't know the history or or where the people come from that join your group. So something like this is definitely possible, where one of them just turned out he kind of, Zack seems to have been I don't know, maybe he was a bad guy in his past, I don't know, but he seems to have changed as far as we know, right? From the Zack that we've come to know, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He's just mercenary. He takes on those fucking jobs sometimes, and he's actually kind enough to come along with our journey and help us out. And we've never seen him, he's never done anything bad to us or anything like that, right? Or threatening or evil or anything like that. But I guess it's more shock from Kara's part, right? Because you feel like you're getting along with these people well, despite not knowing them that well, you think like, oh, they would never be something like that, and then you suddenly find out that, hey, what the fuck? He apparently, at least according to the bandits, is part of the group that destroyed my family and my hometown. Uh-oh. It seems that, I feel like our group has always gotten along well so far, right? But this is the first sign of sort of drama or just not getting along so well. Oh man. The air around Zack has been thick with tension, and ever since the ambush, Kara still hasn't returned. We set up camp without her, not really sure what to do. Zack stays secluded from us and leans against a tree. His hair covers his face. It's been a while. Maybe we should look for her? Leanna frowns and shakes her head. She wants to be alone, I guess? Alright.
It's probably best to give her some space for now.
Yeah, she's probably right. Still, there's a heavy weight on my chest. I can tell Kara is hurting, but I'm even more confused by what's going on. What was that guild they were talking about?
I'm not too sure. It sounds like a mercenary guild.
But it sounds more like, I don't know what mercenaries exactly do, right? Are mercenaries by default bad guys, or not? Probably not a reputable one considering Kara's reaction. Leanna looks troubled. What was wrong?
They called him the Death Slinger.
Yeah? That's another thing, right? Apparently Leanna didn't know that. I mean, I knew that they call him the Death Slinger, but I don't know why. But the thing is, when you gain a reputation or a nickname like the Death Slinger, you get it for a reason, right? Death Slinger is quite a scary name. You probably get it by, you know, slinging a lot of death around you, or whatever. And Leanna seems to be aware as to why, or who the Death Slinger is, and why he got that nickname, or reputation. Whereas I'm just completely clueless. It's not the first time I've heard that name for Zack. Who exactly is the Death Slinger?
He's an infamous mercenary for hire. They say he has a death wish.
Okay.
The Death Slinger would take on missions and jobs that no one else would take on because of how dangerous they were. Anyone crazy enough to do those jobs were said to have no regard for their own life.
That doesn't sound that bad. It just seems that he apparently doesn't seem to value his own life that much.
Somehow the Deathslinger took those impossible jobs and found a way to survive.
That sounds kind of cool, actually, right? Doesn't paint him as a bad guy in my eyes.
At the Mage Guild, we were warned that there were certain encounters, or individuals, who if we ran into, we would not, under any circumstances, engage them. The Deathslinger is one of those people.
Okay. I mean, I can certainly understand that, you know, he is a dangerous individual, sure. Leanna shifts uncomfortably. Oh god. And then to find out that, hey Leanna, remember the Deathslinger, the person the Mage Guild told you not to hang around with ever whatsoever? Turns out, you've been chilling with him for the past 3 episodes.
He has one of the highest body counts out of any mercenary.
Oh damn. People actually keep body counts of mercenaries? I'm more impressed by that. I look at Zack. He may be a bit rough around the edges, but I know that deep down he cares about people. What the Deathslinger did, it doesn't sound like Zack at all. Or I feel like Zack has changed a lot while hanging around us, right? I can totally see that Zack, or the Deathslinger, right? That's sort of part of his past. And recently something has changed within him that made him a bit different. I want to believe that that's the case, because we haven't seen those tendencies, or the way that she described the Deathslinger. That's not how I would describe Zack, right? Like, sure, I poke fun at him sometimes, but it's not because I dislike him or think that he's a bad person. But this also isn't the first time we've seen him with bandits after him. When we first encountered him, Leanna mentioned those bandits seemed weird. Was it this mercenary guild chasing him? Can we trust Zack? It's reasonable to try and question that, I feel. But I don't know. From what... The reason why we think we shouldn't trust Zack now, right, is solely because of his reputation of his past, right? But if we judge Zack alone solely on the time that we spent with him and what we've gotten to know about him, I would say yes. Leanna hesitates, but Amelia pipes up.
Regardless of Zack's past, it appears his present self is no longer affiliated with the Cloaked Brotherhood, or his persona of Deathslinger. He has also not betrayed us thus far.
Exactly. You put it far better than I could, or at least in far less words than I did, Amelia. I suppose if he really wanted to do us harm, there have been plenty of opportunities already, exactly. And come on, if he was still the Deathslinger and as scary how people, you know, described him as, would he have, together with me, checked on you girls at the hot springs? I don't think so. That was a bro bonding moment between me and Zack, okay? That seems to indicate that he is capable of forming friendships with other guys and just people in general. And I feel like that was one of those moments, you know? If that was really the Deathslinger, he would have killed me and maybe watched alone or whatever, right? Or maybe not watched at all, I don't know. But that definitely wouldn't have happened like that. Leanna nods, deep in thought. Still, I wonder what that guy meant by traitor. Amy frowns pensively.
I have a few theories. Although, I do not advocate jumping to any conclusions before we have discussed the matter with Zack or Kara. Regardless, his previous time as the Deathslinger is something he has attempted to keep hidden away, to disassociate himself with his past.
Leanna and I nod. Everyone has a past, but it's how they act in the future that is important. I agree. I hear footsteps. We turn to see Kara finally returning to camp. Zack whirls around. I can't read the expression on his face. Relief? Uncertainty? As she gets closer, I notice that her eyes are puffy and pink. It's clear that she's been crying, oh no. But her expression remains cold. She stops in front of Zack.
Tell me about the Cloaked Brotherhood.
What do you want to know?
How did you become associated with them?
Zack pauses. At first, I think he's going to refuse to answer, but he eventually does.
They gave me my mission to silence a target. It was a part of their initiation.
Kara inhales sharply.
So you were looking to join them.
I can't see her face, but by her voice, I can tell she's angry and disgusted. Zack nods. Kara's frown deepens.
That was before I knew what they were all about. When I went to carry out the mission, that's when I found out the truth.
Oh, okay.
My target was an ex-member of the Cloak Brotherhood. The rule is, the Brotherhood is for life. This person didn't want to kill anymore, and he ran away. He was being hunted but had evaded the Brotherhood for years.
That's a bit... That's fucked, right? So Zack, as a new member, for his initiation to join the Cloak Brotherhood, he was sent to target and kill a person that is in a similar position as he is in right now, right? that should have kind of been a hint, right? Like, hey, why would this member that wanted to leave the Cloak Brotherhood, why would he want to leave in the first place? And isn't it even more fucked that I'm now hunting him in name of the Cloak Brotherhood and kill him to hunt him down? That should have been like a kind of an alarm bell, like, hey, maybe I'm dealing with shady people here.
When they finally found him, he was living a simple life in a small village with a wife and 2 kids.
Oh god, please no. Oh no, please tell me they left the family alone.
The mission was to kill him and everyone close to him.
What?
And to send a clear message for anyone else who would want to leave the Brotherhood. That was my initiation.
Even everyone close to him?
I know my target killed people. Probably innocent people too, since he was part of the Brotherhood. But his family was innocent. Their only crime was knowing him. I've never killed innocent people before, and I wasn't going to start then.
I risk a glance over my shoulder. Kara's arms are crossed, but she seems to be listening.
When I found my target, I warned him of my mission and told him I would cover him so he and his family could escape. I knew the others who joined me in my mission would kill me if they knew I'd betrayed them. So I took them out before they could get me. And then I let my target go free. Once the Cloak Brotherhood found out I didn't complete the mission and helped the target escape, I knew they would start hunting me. I tried to get away and stayed in hiding for as long as I could.
Kara finally lets out a loose sigh. The tension unwinds from her body as she slumps a little. She seems to believe Zack. I mean, that does seem to match up with the Zack that we kind of know right now, right? Zack looks directly at Kara. Like, I feel like Zack is a dude that he would only kill for a mission, right? He views it as like a job-only thing, right? I mean, yeah, sure, killing is bad, but like, if he wants to kill people that kind of deserve it, I guess, right? He's not just a monster that kills innocent people who do not deserve it.
But they are a very covert guild who deal in secrets. How do you even know of the Cloak Brotherhood?
Her voice is thick with tears. I can tell she's trying to hold them back.
My dad was one of their targets.
Oh gosh.
He had stumbled into some information when he was working as a treasurer's assistant. He reported it to the treasurer, who had been corrupt and sought to silence him. We escaped, but our life was never the same. We had to move from city to city and never stayed in one place for longer than a few days. My dad would be gone for hours, sometimes even days at a time. But no matter how long he was gone, I was never really afraid because I always knew he'd come back for me. Until one day, he didn't.
Oh no.
I knew something had happened to him, but I had no way of finding him. I spent my life trying to figure out what had happened. I dug into as much as I could. The treasurer, what it was, who called the hit, everything. I found out it was the Cloaked Brotherhood who did it, but there was no more information I could gather on them. They cover all of their tracks. I'm not sure if he's really dead or not. I've tried to come to terms with it.
Oh god, that's even worse. Not knowing for sure whether her father is dead or not. Always having that uncertainty.
But you want closure.
She nods. Zack pauses and surveys her for a moment.
I know their base of operation. They have a ledger there that keeps records of all the jobs. So even though this happened years ago, you could still find your answer.
Is that our next mission? I think we should make that our next mission, for sure. Kara's back straightens. There's a glimmer of hope in her eyes.
But do you really want to know the truth? It might not be the answer you want to hear.
True. True. I mean, it's all up to her. Kara's jaw clenches, and her eyes are aflame with determination.
Yes.
Alright, if that's the decision you decided to make, Kara, then we'll back you up. We're on your side. Zack nods. Kara's expression
I'm
softens.
sorry for jumping to conclusions earlier. I just haven't heard the name Cloaked Brotherhood in so long, and as soon as I heard it...
I can understand. She looks down.
I understand.
God damn it. Even though it seemed to be like getting worse between them, this whole situation actually probably brings them closer to each other. But hey, you know what? I'm with Leanna right now, so I feel like Zack and Kara, you know, I want them to be happy too. They're my friends. They deserve it.
I won't be able to concentrate knowing there's finally a lead I can pursue about my dad. As much as I don't want to, I'll have to leave the group.
No, Kara. You don't. She turns away, but Zack grabs her arm.
I'm coming with you.
We're all coming with you. Kara's eyes widen.
What?
I've been running from my past for long enough, but enough is enough. They'll never stop searching for me, and the longer I run, the more I put others at risk.
Hell yeah. He gestures at Amy and the rest of us. Do you hear this fucking badass music? It's getting me pumped up. I'm ready to kill some fucking cloaked brotherhood, baby.
I don't want to be the one that puts all of us in danger. I'd never forgive myself if I let them hurt the ones I care about most.
He looks into Kara's eyes. Her cheeks flush, but a small smile graces her lips.
I guess we'll both be leaving then.
Nope, that's where you're wrong as well.
Looks like it.
When they turn around to approach us, Leanna's already standing, smiling expectantly.
So, where do we go next to take care of the Cloaked Brotherhood?
We're all coming with ya. Kara freezes, her mouth agape.
You said you guys are going to take care of that guild, right? What's our next step?
Zack and I are going to go alone.
No you're not, Kara. Amy shakes her head.
If your description of the Cloaked Brotherhood is accurate, then this mission will have a greater chance of success with the aid of the entire group.
Exactly. We're not gonna let you guys go at this alone. Zack crosses his arms.
Absolutely not. It's too dangerous.
I believe my combat abilities as a mage caster have been proven on numerous occasions.
I mean, even just now, right, against those bandits.
And as a Mage-Knight, an active member of the Mage Guild, I have been trained for dangerous missions such as this.
And me as a mere human pleb that's kind of skilled and talented and on my way to become a Mage-Knight or something like that, I'm sure I can help too. Kara looks at me.
But what about collecting energy to help him get back home?
That can come after that, right? They look expectantly at me. That can wait, it's really not so bad here, I don't want to be part of this. Wow, do you actually have the choice of parting with the group? Why the fuck would you want to do that? That can wait. We've already hit 3 temples, and that last temple isn't going anywhere or anytime soon. You all didn't hesitate to help me when I needed it. I know my skills aren't quite as impressive, but I'm ready to do my part to help you guys too. Leanna smiles approvingly at my response. See? I mean, they've been so helpful towards me, I gotta repay the favor. Kara's at a loss for words.
I'm not sure what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Let's just kick some fucking butts. Right? Even Pongo is with us. We all glance in surprise at the Pongo. See? Even a Pongo wants to go. He nuzzles Kara's legs. He gives Zack a tentative look, who returns his look with a stony glance. Still a bit afraid of Zack? Mustering up his courage, he scoots over to Zack and nuzzles his legs briefly, then races to the safety of my legs. He was just so happy he had to give Zack a hug, despite being a bit scared. Zack's expression is not harsh as he watches the Pongo.
If this is what you guys want to do, I'm not gonna stop you.
Hell yeah. Kara looks like she's about to say something, then changes her mind and shakes her head. A smile spreads across her lips.
Thanks, you guys.
The tension in the air disperses, and things start to feel like they're back to normal. Leanna and Kara share wide grins, and even Amy looks positive.
Let's get going then.
Let's get going! To be continued. Hell yeah, that actually ended on a hype moment. This is kind of cliffhanger-ish, but I don't mind too much, right? It ended on a hype moment. We know what our next mission is now. Let's oh my god. It's a bit sad that we're gonna have to wait a couple more months for episode 4. But I'm excited. That was awesome. Let's kick some Cloaked Brotherhood butt. Hello, thank you for playing Crystalline Early Access Episode 3. We hope you enjoyed it. It was awesome. There's a lot more exciting things to come to the future. Please look forward to future episodes. Player feedback helps us tremendously when it comes to knowing what you enjoyed and what we can improve. Please consider writing a review on Steam. To follow development and hang out with the Pixel Fade team, please feel free to join us on our Discord channel. I'll see you guys there. Thanks again for your support. We hope to see you in a minute. Oh yeah. Hey, I never even realized. Look, it shows off the other elementals as well, right? The purple one we haven't seen yet. Did we see the blue one yet? Like, we saw the fire one, we saw the green one, and the light blue one. I don't think we've seen the dark blue one yet. Especially the pink one, or the purple one. She seems kind of badass. Hell yeah, those are the future, the upcoming elementals. But first, Cloak Brotherhood business in the next episode. So yeah, this is the end of Crystalline Episode 3. It is a lot. Oh yeah, I noticed this when I opened the game. I'm pretty sure this loading screen wasn't there in the beginning, right? In episode 2, maybe not even. But sort of this badass moving image of Leanna just standing there looking off into the distance, probably thinking about me and our kiss that we had earlier. But yeah, Crystalline has been amazing to follow so far in early access, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I highly recommend for you guys to check out this game yourself. How many episodes were there going to be in total? I think 5, I could be wrong about that, but this game isn't anywhere near full completion, and probably after it's been fully completed, I'll most likely play it again, especially because of the new additions, right? Like mini-games and probably a bunch of other just polished things in all the other previous episodes that we've played. But we're definitely going to play all 5 episodes, of course, so more to come in the future whenever they're released. So I'm just going to end things here. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See y'all in the next video. I got plenty of other series going on, so feel free to check those out. And see you around. Peace.